Okay. Hello, Dan from Story of the Year here. You're listening to no, fuck that. No. Hi, Dan from Story of the Year. You're watching the Midwest Mixtape Podcast.
Hi, and welcome to the Midwest Mixtape Podcast, live from the Barn Studio. We got all the barn people. What's up? Barn animals in the house. Got a whole well, because we have a special guest joining us via Zoom right now. We have Dan from Story of the Year. Dan, how are you, man?
That's me. Hi, I'm great. How are you guys? I feel like I'm not throwing the proper party here because you guys have such a fun vibe. And is that a bar? Oh no, it's like okay. I was gonna say I'm gonna have to start drinking or something. This looks like we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have a good time.
It is a bar, and I started drinking again for some reason.
Me too.
So, hey.
Okay, well hold on. I'm grabbing a White Claw in honor of that.
Do it.
Hell yeah.
Do it.
Please.
White Claw.
Yes.
White women claw.
We're having a real man's drink, you know?
Yes, for sure.
I can remember watching a tour bus interview where you picked one up and said Morning Claw.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember it was like early in the day when we did that interview, and I was like, "This is a terrible idea," but I was like, "I have to do it. It's funny." And then I opened it and started drinking. I was like, "Oh fuck, I don't want to drink this right now." But yeah,
Dan, we're big Story of the Year fans. Have been since 2000. Even going back before that, we I know at least a few of us have seen Big Blue Monkey. Saw Big Blue Monkey at the Galaxy. I want to say maybe that was Big Blue Monkey's last show. Was Galaxy?
I think I probably I don't know. I mean, we did the Galaxy and Mississippi Nights a bunch at the like 2001, 2002. I don't know. Yeah, I know we did like a going away show at Mississippi Nights. That was like our last big one. But then we came back and played the Galaxy. Yeah, I think it probably was the last time as Big Blue Monkey. We played the pageant as Big Blue Monkey one time opening for Goldfinger, which was weird. But yeah, and then we changed our name shortly after that. John Feldman was like, "Yeah, the name sucks." We were like, "Yeah, you're right." So yeah.
How did you come up with the name? What brought up Big Blue Monkey as a name?
Our friend literally had like a Big Blue Monkey statue in his room. It was like a stuffed animal or something. It was a Big Blue Monkey. We were like, Big Blue Monkey, that's cool. It was in the time when fucking Limp Bizkit and Korn and the dumb names were cool at that time. Well, maybe they still are, but yeah, we had a song called Story of the Year as Big Blue Monkey. So that is kind of that was the first thing we thought of. We were like, cool, people will kind of connect to that. So yeah. Long time ago, 25, 20, I don't know. It's so many years ago.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yep. The Wikipedia page at one point said that there was another band with that name. Is that not true?
That was our excuse, but no, we just hated the name. Yeah, we were like, dude, we have to change it. Yeah. But no, that was just so the 5 fans that we had at the time wouldn't get mad at us. But now looking back, it's like, who fucking cares? I can cuss on this, right? I'm saying cuss words a lot.
Yeah, put my kids to bed. We're all good.
Fuck yeah, dude. Cool. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, we thought that was such a big deal at the time, and now it's like, yeah, that was just a stupid name. We had to change it.
And Tina here said that you guys maybe would even call yourself 67 North. Any truth to that?
Yeah, that was a different band. Technically, it was me and Ryan. Me and Ryan both played guitar in that band. Yeah, that was like a few years earlier. It was more of like we were like direct Rage Against the Machine ripoff. It was like to a T. We had a rapper dude, and me and Ryan played guitar, and yeah. And then the original singer of Big Blue Monkey was the drummer of that band. He started singing, I started drumming, and then I started singing, and Josh joined, and yeah, we just it was the early days. We switched things around a lot, figuring out what was going to work.
Yeah, and we're talking like 25 years ago now, right? Does it seem like it was 25 years ago? Does it seem like yesterday? Is it a little bit of both?
That's dumb. I hate that. I'm still fucking 16 in my brain, and I don't act like a grown up at all, and it's ridiculous. But yeah, no, it does not seem that long at all. It's crazy. It's great. I love that we can still play music all these years later, and that we've had quite the career now, but yeah, it still seems brand new. I'm still like, dude, we just gotta get big somehow. We gotta make this band work, dude. And I'm like, I think we already did. I think we did that. So yeah, it's awesome. I still love playing music, and yeah, feels just like yesterday.
I know you were talking when we were trying to set up this interview. You were out in California in the studio.
Yeah. Yeah, we are working on a new record right now.
Woo.
And yeah, we got like probably 4 or 5 songs fully done. We're going back in like 2 more weeks for another couple weeks. We're working with Colin Britton, who did our last record, Tear Me to Pieces. He's doing the record again. And he's also the drummer of Linkin Park now, which is insane. But yeah, so well, we've just been hanging out at his house working on music. It's been great.
Oh yeah.
Pretty good life as a 16-year-old.
Yeah.
I got my paper out. I'm hanging with Linkin Park.
No big deal.
You keep doing this until the day you die.
Obviously. He did our last record, but he lived in Nashville at the time, and he was working with Mike Shinoda, like just doing songwriting and stuff. And then like as we were talking about doing this new record, he was like, "Yeah, I got like some big stuff coming up, some like big life events that I can't talk about." And we're like, "You fucking joined Linkin Park, didn't you?" He's like, but he couldn't tell us forever because it was a very big secret that they were, going to come out with the new singer and the new drummer. And so it's pretty crazy, but he's awesome. He's a good dude. And we've toured with the Linkin Park guys like 21 years ago in 2004. So we've known each other for a long time, but this is just a weird connection that, now our producer is in the band. It's weird.
And then I saw on your Instagram that Jacoby from Papa Roach was in the studio. Is that going to be a feature, or was he just stopping by to say hi, or was in the neighborhood?
Colin also is producing he did their last couple records as well. So we were both in the same studio on the same day, technically. So it was just kind of coincidence, but I'm pretty sure that there's going to be some collaboration as well. I don't exactly know how it's going to work out yet, or if it'll even happen fully, but yeah, it is in the talks, in the works. We're trying to make it work. Those guys are awesome. Jacoby is like one of the fucking coolest people on the planet. Like, so awesome. Such a nice guy.
Yeah, and we're buddies with the guys from Not Waiting But Drowning. Justin, and Calvin and all those guys, and they were obviously really close with Papa Roach. Papa Roach, I think, took them on tour at one point.
Yeah. We just talked about it the other day.
Everybody that talks about Papa Roach just talks about how humble they are, how hardworking they are. It's like everything that you would want your favorite band to be. It seems like they emulate that.
Absolutely. Yeah, they're just real genuine. Like, they just love music, all of them. They're like in a little bit different genre, obviously, than we are, but we all have the same influences. It's like they're very punk rock for being like in the more new metal world. And we just get along really well. We've always gotten along with them. They're great dudes.
Yeah, so I'm actually curious as to how did you used to write? How much has music writing, the process of writing music, changed since the beginning till now?
It actually, I used to always say that doesn't change at all. It's like, you make a record and it's always the same thing. But in the last couple records, it has changed a lot because, with technology and stuff, we don't get together in a room and like sit there and work on songs for 8 hours in a row like we would do on the first few records. We would just sit there and grind it out and be like, oh, what if you go to the A here? And like 7 hours later, you're like, I think we have a song. I don't know. Now it's just like sending demos back and forth to each other, and like Ryan writes a lot. Our guitar player, Ryan, he's constantly writing. He just like music demos, just sends literally for this new record. I have like 70 songs. I'm not exaggerating at all. 70 fucking songs. And it's like a fucking nightmare for me to have to go like listen to everyone and try to fucking think of something to sing, But also we've been doing co-writes with people now as well. So like while we were in California, we'd have like a couple people come over and we just sit in a room and just write songs or work on the song we already have, but like get it to the next level, And so that's been a lot different as well. And we did that on the last record as well for the first time. But it's really cool. It's cool to like get in a room with a guy who is a fan and get a different perspective on a song idea, or like, well, this is what I would do, but they would be like, well, what if you did this? And I was like, oh shit, I would have fucking even thought to do that. And it's cool. It's like a new, refreshing way to grow what we've already done for 20 years, So it's cool.
Do you feel like it's complicated or easy to create music that still resonates with the original generation that loved you guys and the new generation coming in?
Oh man, I don't really think about. It's like, I just hope anybody likes our band, I'm like, most of our fans are somewhere in their 30s at this point. I feel like that's like our average fan base is mid 30s probably. But yeah, well, now it shows like people bring their kids, and there'll be like teenage kids that are like, dude, my mom listened to you since I was born, and I love you guys. And that's really awesome. It's like cool to see a younger generation of people excited about the dumb shit that we still do, but yeah, I don't know. You can't really think about it. I'm just like, please like my band. I don't care who you are or how old you are. Yeah, I just get excited if anybody likes this, and it's been really cool, like the resurgence of this style of music and stuff with the younger generation. I guess the emo thing is so cool now, which I never considered myself.
For sure.
Yeah, we never thought we were an emo band in the early days. It was like, but now everything's just emo. It's like, yeah, that's just one big style now. So it's like, and that's fine. It's all good. But yeah, I'm just happy we can still do it. That's all.
Awesome.
But I think that's one of the cool things about you guys. You never shied away from your influences. Like, I'm a metalhead. I love metal. I love punk. And that was obviously in there. But you weren't afraid to have these big, huge choruses where it could be on the radio and it could be a massive radio hit and it had a really, pop sensibility to it. And I feel like that's sort of the story of the year sound. It's a little bit of all that, right? You kind of throw it all in the mix.
Yeah. We were very influenced with I don't love like super metal stuff, but because I have to have melody, but there was always like Pantera and Metallica, that kind of shit that Ryan and Adam loved, that kind of stuff guitar wise. But as long as it had melody, I fucking love it. And I love fast fucking punk rock and hardcore and stuff. So yeah, there was all that, and then there was like the poppy or pop punk side of things, and then also bands like Deftones and Rage Against the Machine. Like we were influenced by all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we kind of fit in the middle of that somewhere. And I like heavy shit that has big ass choruses, and that's always been the goal. But you never know. We write whatever happens, and as long as we like it, it's fine.
So speaking about heavier side of music, how was it playing Knotfest in Australia?
We were definitely the wimpiest band on that tour. It was awesome though. It was really cool, and we went over really well. Australia is a little different. You can get away with that kind of stuff there with it was Megadeth or Slipknot obviously headlining Megadeth, Parkway Drive, and then like 20 other fucking way heavier bands than us. And it was awesome though. Like I think it's kind of fun when you get to be the one that stands out and you're totally different, but like we would play Until the Day I Died and 20,000 people would sing it every day. And like 20,000 metalheads. I'm like, holy shit, it's fine. They love us. It was really cool. It's a very, very cool thing.
Metalheads have emotions too.
Yeah.
Singing their little hearts out.
He's feeling. Get him. He's
Get him. That guy hit a note. What's he doing? Yeah, no, it's awesome. I love that because we can. I think right before that we just did the tour with Yellow Card and Mayday Parade. So it was like we went from super pop punk land to fucking metal land, like 2 tours in a row. And somehow we fit in with both sides. And it's pretty cool. It's one of the better things that we did in our career. Didn't pigeonhole ourselves,
Well, I love like a couple years ago, you guys took out He Is Legend, which has very heavy, elements to what they do. But man, I think their softer stuff and what's that? The Blue album.
Blue album, yeah.
So good. There's so much melody and they're just so talented. So like
Heavy Fruit.
Yeah, that album is just so good. But a band that I think super underrated, but I saw that you guys taking them out and it made a lot of sense to me.
We first toured with them in 2005 when they were like pretty much a brand new band. We took them out on our second record, In the Wake of Determination. And we just all got along instantly. They're fucking, I'll tell you a really good story in a minute. But we just have been friends for a really long time, and they just keep getting better and better. And they're like just so fucking awesome. Nicest dudes on the planet. But the very first day of the tour, we didn't know them yet. We were just like, we like that band. Let's take them on tour, 2005 or whatever. Their fucking guitar player, Adam, big fucking mean dude, bald dude. He's not mean, but he looks mean. We're all standing on the side of the stage like they were opening. It was us, them, Anne Berlin, and Funeral for a Friend. Bunch of awesome bands. But very fucking first song, we're all standing on side stage. We're like, let's go watch He Is Legend. And Adam just turned and looked at me and Adam, our bass player, and just fucking stared right at us and just spit directly on Adam, our bass player. Hadn't even met him yet, had not met each other. And Adam's just like, what the fuck? And then we just started laughing and we were like, that guy's awesome. And later he's like, dude, I'm sorry. I just felt right. I had to do it. I was like, dude, that's how I met He Is Legend.
That's their handshake.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, yeah, fuck you guys checking us on this fucking big ass tour. We were way too big at that time too, so it was like that was the biggest tour they had ever done. He was like, I got to spit on the headliner, got to do it.
As someone who claims to be a vocalist himself, I want to know your vocal style has evolved over the years. So how do you approach maintaining and developing your voice?
Yeah, I've learned, especially as of the last few years, that I'm very lucky that I do have like a pretty strong voice. I rarely ever lose my voice, but I used to a lot, like in the early days. It was just about finding the proper warm up. It's not like super hard. It just it's a thing called the Zen of Screaming with Melissa Cross. Everybody uses that shit now, but I don't know if you've ever heard of that. But there's like a nice easy warm up that came with that. Like I've been using the same warm up for like 15 or 20 years, but yeah, it's just pretty mellow. And as long as I warm up, and now like using in-ears and having all this technology and shit makes it so much easier to hear and not, over sing. I don't know. I don't do anything right. I drink Jameson before the show. I drink Jameson during the show. Everyone's like, you just get drunk. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I just get drunk and I sing and I run around. And luckily
during interviews.
Yeah. Like I said, all the stuff that you're not supposed to do it in your mid 40s, I'm really, really good at it.
That energy level up for those concerts.
So I don't have to is what you're saying.
Yeah. But then cause Ryan from Yellow Card, every night he'd be like, how the fuck do you do what you do? I'd just be like, before the show, me and Adam always scream at each other just to get our voices going, and I'd be like, yeah. And I'm like, what? And and Ryan from Yellow Card's like, dude, what the fuck? I would, the show would be over. He's like, if I screamed one time like that, the show would be over. And I was like, I don't know. I guess I just have a strong enough voice to be able to do it. But so part of it's just kind of genetics, and my voice it works most of the time. Part in properly warming up and just taking care of it. But it's a muscle. It's weird. There's no fucking right way to sing. It's weird. I don't understand it.
Specific types of warm ups that you do.
You said James.
It's
Jameson and screaming.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's like that's after the initial warm up. That's the real get pumped up warm up. The thing I do, it's only like 13 minutes or something, and it's a lot of that kind of stuff, and it's pretty simple, but just get it going. Don't oversing, and I don't know. That's what works for me.
22 years ago, you guys released Page Avenue.
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Let's go.
And you guys always did such a good job. And you know what it's like being a Midwest guy, right? It's like we're not East Coast, we're not West Coast. We kind of get lost in the middle. You guys always just wave the St. Louis flag so hard. And I think people like us, even if we're down, we're an hour south of St. Louis, but St. Louis is still home to us. And I want to say thank you for that. And we appreciate that, because that wasn't always the case. We interviewed the St. Lunatics, Murphy Lee, and a while back, and I said, there was a time before like all that kind of excitement happened, it wasn't cool to be from St. Louis. Like even before like the Rams and things like that, and Mark McGuire, and I'm going back. I know I'm really old right now. But
that's all right. I'm here. I'm there with you. I got you.
I say all that to say this: you guys always wave the St. Louis flag, and we appreciated that. If we're talking St. Louis specifically and artists in general, if you had a Mount Rushmore, you guys obviously are on it, so let's just put that aside. Who would be on your Mount Rushmore?
Of St. Louis? It is weird because The Urge would be on there. That was the only band that we had to like as a prototype of what we were trying to do, The Urge was the only band that was like even close to our genre that had gotten signed and like got out of St. Louis kind of. So that was just always our go-to was we have to be like The Urge. We have to open for The Urge. We have to do something like The Urge. And then of course Nelly came out, and then that was like, oh shit, now St. Louis is Nellyville. And which was awesome. It was like, oh cool, there's more music coming out of St. Louis. And then we were like the next ones to take that. It's weird because yes, we always have represented St. Louis hard, and St. Louis is awesome for us. It's a great market for us, and a lot of bands come through St. Louis. They're like, dude, nobody fucking shows up to our shows. St. Louis sucks. And I'm like, well, your band's just not good enough, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, we've always had like the best fan base, and it's very much love from St. Louis. But I don't know what the rest of the Mount Rushmore, I like musically, or John Goodman, the dude. No,
Yeah.
he's not the dude. He's Walter, not the dude. Uh, I don't know. There's a lot of great bands from St. Louis who just never made it. Like Not Waving but Drowning, or like that kind of stuff. Like they did make it, but it's like, I don't know. Everybody breaks up in St. Louis. Nobody can keep their band together for more than like 4 years. So it's kind of crazy that I've only been in 2 bands in the last 25 years, and I'm still in both of them. My other band, The Fuck Off and Dies, we don't play anymore, but we have not broken up. We're just lazy and we don't play right now. But yeah, still in both of my bands. I'm very loyal to my people. But yeah, the urge was the main one that, we were trying to be like them. And then once we like did way more than them, I still feel like they're a bigger band than we are. And it's like, I'll see any of those guys and they're like, dude, you guys are fucking killing it. I'm like, no, you're the reason why we tried to do that. It's like,
Well, I know your last record was on Sharp Tone, and obviously is Sean from Calico System? Is he still part of Sharp Tone? Was that how that happened, or?
Yeah. We've been friends with Sean for a really long time. And even when we put out our record before that, Wolves, he was trying to sign us at that point as well. But we were like, I think we just want to do this one on our own and see what happens. And we should have just went with Sean that time. But yeah, no, yeah, he's awesome. I don't think he's technically at Sharp Tone anymore. We are still at Sharp Tone. We're gonna do the new record with them again, but I think Sean's moving out. But yeah, he was the relationship that we had, and that's why that all worked out. He was like, dude, I'll just give you guys whatever money you need. He's like, let's make this real easy. Just do a 1-record deal. It's like, it was just awesome. It's a great relationship. So that's the way we like to have record label deals nowadays.
Yeah,
after being signed like 4 different times in our lives. But
So past or present, whether it's open still or not, what's your favorite venue in St. Louis you've ever played?
I mean, the Pageant is fucking awesome. Like, the Pageant is one of the better venues around the whole country. It really is. But the Galaxy was like my favorite place to see shows, and like it's more just the nostalgia of like what it was at the time for me in the mid 90s, late 90s. Like I saw Deftones and Limp Bizkit there in 97, I think. Like insane. Limp Bizkit opening for Deftones. Fucking, I don't know. I saw every fucking ska punk band that ever existed in the 90s there. Just so many cool memories of playing shows there, and we opened for so many bands there. I mean, then there was like the Creepy Crawl as well, which was awesome as well. But by that time we were like already doing bigger things, so we didn't really play the Creepy Crawl. We did our Until the Day I Die video at the Creepy Crawl, weirdly, but we had never, Story of the Year never played the Creepy Crawl, which is weird.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's
all you needed.
Yeah. But yeah, most of it's just like nostalgia and emotional attachment to old shitty venues, because most venues were pretty shitty in that size, but the Pageant is just like, it's a world-class venue. It really is. Like, it's the dressing rooms, everything about it. It's amazing.
The thing with the Galaxy was those damn columns that were in the way.
Yeah, dude. It's so stupid. It probably, if I fucking went now and saw a show, I'd be like, this place fucking sucks, dude. But like my memory of it is like, I love this shit. Yeah, it's weird. Oh, dude. I am like getting random memories as the last time we played the Galaxy, My Chemical Romance opened for us at the Galaxy.
Holy
Oh, wow.
Isn't that fucking crazy? In 2002 or 3, I think we had just finished Page Avenue, and like the record wasn't out yet, so we came home from doing all that from like something else we just did, and yeah, us and My Chem played the Galaxy together. It's fucking insane. Probably like 400 people or however many people it held. I don't remember, 5. And My Chem, nobody knew who the fuck they were at all. Like, we took them on a couple tours of ours, and then they never returned the favor. Assholes.
Oh no.
Such jerks.
Nah, they're great dudes.
Yeah.
Dan, how excited are you guys for the fall festivals you guys just landed with DW?
Yeah.
Those are huge venues, man.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. I can't even keep track of like all the shit. Somebody was asking me about it yesterday, and they're like, we're doing Louder Than Life and Aftershock, or I don't fucking know, all these big festivals. It's awesome. I'm just trying to look at the lineup, like, what day are we on? Am I going to get to see bands? It's like, I don't know. It's really cool. Those are always really fun, because, The ones we're doing now, it's a little different because those are a little bit more on the heavier side. But like we're doing When We Were Young again this year as well. And it's just like always so many bands, and you see a bunch of people you've known for 15 or 20 years and that you haven't seen in a couple of years. And it's always a really good time. And, there's a built-in crowd, so you don't really have to worry about it. It's like, there'll be people there, whether or not they'll like us, I don't know. But yeah, they're awesome. I'm excited.
And that part of the music business has definitely changed, right? Where it used to be you hop in a van or you hop in a tour bus for 3 or 4 months. Now there's a lot of fly-in dates. It's festivals. It almost looks like it kind of, the control is back with the artist. Do you guys get that sense?
Yeah. We do both, it's like we'll do the tour bus tour for a few weeks. We're all grown-ups with kids and stuff now. So we don't like to go more than like 2 or 3 weeks at a time now. Because we don't want to leave our families and all that as much as we don't have to. You got to make money and you got to be able to do it. Our manager's always like, dude, after that like 3 to 4 week mark, that's when you start making money. And it's like, yeah, we don't want to be gone that long, but we're trying to balance that. But yeah, that's why the festival stuff is cool. Cause there's usually bigger guarantee for the band. Because it's a bigger festival, you can just make money and just do a fly out for it. And yeah, so you can do a couple weekends here and there and make a little bit of money, and it usually works out better.
But if you're in the St. Louis area, you get a chance to see the hometown guys in the hometown. The Pig and Whiskey Festival, May 11th, sponsored by a whole lot of people. Pig and Whiskey. Yeah. We're going to have some barbecue. We're going to have some whiskey. The hometown guys are playing. A bunch of White Claw.
Four Hands does make a seltzer that's pretty good. So
yeah, nice.
I do drink that sometimes. It is at Four Hands, right? Downtown.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did the Pig and Whiskey a couple years ago when it was at Schlafly, and it was a fun day. It's just like a big fucking free thing where people are like have their kids and strollers, and then there's a bunch of old drunk assholes screaming at people and like me. I'm like, am I supposed to say fuck here? I don't think I can fucking say fuck. And I see moms mortified standing there like, this isn't the free show I signed up for. So yeah, we'll be sure to offend a lot of people again at this year's event, but it's going to be fun.
There's no better way.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever played the VP Fair? Did you ever get that?
No, not yet. It's coming around.
Do you remember the year?
I do remember that though.
You might have been touring during that time, but Ray Charles played it.
Oh dang!
I waved.
Yeah.
I waved at Ray Charles. That he can attest, my buddy here. He was in a golf cart. Somebody was driving him.
Yeah, it'd be better if he was driving. That'd been pretty impressive.
And I go, Ray. Dan here from Story of the Year. This is the Midwest Mixtape Podcast and all the barn animals in the house. Thanks so much, man. We were a big fan, and thanks for championing whatever. Thanks for representing.
Championing. That's a hard word to say. Yeah.
It is.
Thanks for keeping good music alive.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm never gonna stop. I'm gonna keep doing it till the day I die, dude.
Yeah.
Keep that mind 16. It'll work out great.
Yeah.
Yes. Awesome. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for liking my band.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
Absolutely.
Storyoftheyear.net is where they can get all the tour dates and the merch and all that cool stuff. And again, thank you, Dan.
You're welcome. Thank you.